Hello, you beautiful, beautiful people. Welcome back to Forza Horizon 4. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're well. Today, we are finally jumping in the 2020 Chevrolet Corvette, checking out upgrades and customization and see what this thing can do. So if you are new around here, definitely consider subscribing. Let's go drive a C8. To unlock the Chevrolet Corvette C8 and add it to your garage in Forza Horizon 4, you have to complete a seasonal championship called Find New Roads for the summer season in Series 31. Here it is then, the beautiful 2020 Chevrolet Corvette C8, running a 6.2 litre V8, pushing out 495 horsepower to the rear wheels through an 8-speed gearbox. Naturally aspirated, of course, no funny turbos or superchargers here. It's the first Corvette with a mid-mounted engine, which makes it super cool and super unique to the Corvette family. I can't wait to jump into this thing and do some upgrades and customization. But first, we're going to take this for a race completely bone stock. Now this I was not expecting. They've put the C8 Corvette in with the modern supercars. I'm sure it'll be fine. We're going to see how it'll do in just a sec. But it's going to be up against the likes of the Audi R8 V10 Plus, the 458 Special, the Lamborghini Huracan, the Murcielago, even the LFA and the 720S. But like I say, I guess we'll see how it's going to do. Oh, here we go, C8 Corvette in the UK, completely bone stock, 495 horsepower, 6.2 litre V8. Let's go, modern supercars, unbeatable driver tires. Let's see what we can do. We are stone dead last right now. Should make up a few places here as a jostle for position, which we do. We're up to 9th. Beautiful. Now we can't actually get this car, C8 Corvette, in the UK. If we want it, we've got to import it, and I reckon that's going to cost somewhere north of £100,000. But I reckon it'd be worth it. Definitely worth it for a C8 Corvette in the UK. Okay, here's the test. The next bit of this track is a long straight. Can we keep up with the Lamborghini Huracan? I doubt it very much, as it is already pulling away. With our 495 horsepower, I don't think it's enough in the C8 Corvette. Really don't. Handling seems to be okay. I'm enjoying the handling. Seems to be fairly flat, fairly planted. As you can see, we are just going to do the Huracan up the inside. Beautiful. Now once again, we are catching the GTR in the corners, the same as the Huracan. Handling seems to be spot on. It's when we get on the power and we get a bit of a straight line, they all just pull away. As you can see, GTR starting to get a gap on me there. And again, we'll get around this corner. I'll slightly catch him in the corner. Careful, don't hit the back of him. On the straight, off he goes. So I think what we're going to have to do when we do our first build, pack in some power. After some cheeky overtakes, we'll make it up to 3rd place. But definitely need some more power in the C8 Corvette. Handling spot on as we come up to the finish line. As across the line, 3rd place for the C8 Corvette bone stock. Right then, upgrades and customization, the best part of any new car to Forza Horizon 4. And up first is engine convergence. Now I am keeping the stock engine in this for our first build, so our 6.2 litre V8, 495 horsepower, but you can slot in, if you so wish, a 7 litre V8, 505 horsepower, a 5.2 litre V10, 602 horsepower, 6.5 litre V12, 700 horsepower, racing V12, 750 horsepower, and finally a racing 7.2 litre V8, 850 horsepower. Sticking with our stock engine, I want to go ahead and bolt on some twin turbos, adding 158 horsepower, bringing us to 653 horsepower. We've got the option to make it 4-wheel drive, but I feel like that's going to be too easy. I want to keep it rear-wheel drive. Aerodynamics, I'm not going to fit them because I want to keep the standard look of this car, but we can have the Forza front flap, which looks terrible, and we can have the Forza rear flap, which again just looks terrible. They could have widened it a bit and made it the same width. Sakai, it might not have looked so bad, but we can also remove the standard Chevrolet border as well and give it a bit more of a clean look, but we're going to leave it as is. Now I am packing power into the C8 Corvette, so I'm not going to upgrade the tyres because it will gobble up some of that performance index. But what I am going to do is make them a little bit wider. So bring them out to 275s at the front and 325s at the rear. Now, one of the main issues people have with this car that the rims look too small, but luckily in Forza Horizon 4 we can change that. So at the front, standard is a 19-inch rim. We can bring that up to a 20. On the rear is a 20-inch rim standard. We can bring it up to a 21. Now, that might not look like much of an improvement, but we still have track width and our race suspension to go. So speaking of track width, let's go ahead and do that. So bring it all the way out, looking pretty chunky. And at the rear, again, looking pretty chunky. Both tyres, actually front and rear, are sticking out from the body slightly. Makes it look a little bit like a monster truck at the moment. Let's go ahead and fit race suspension. How much is it going to fix our fitment? Not too much, but we can tune that in the settings. And the track width on this car is super, super aggressive. Although drift suspension does bring it down a little bit more, but we're not going for that. We're going for a race car build. Like I say, I want to pack power into the stock engine. So with the twin turbos, we're running 653 horsepower. So I'll go ahead and do some power upgrades and we'll see what we can get at the top of S1. Now, I know I said I wanted more power from the C8 and its stock engine, but after packing on some upgrades, we've gone from 485 horsepower all the way up to 895 horsepower. The final numbers then, I didn't do any weight reduction, so we're sitting a little bit heavier at 3,596 pounds, packed on 400 more horsepower, 894, class S1 900, and 31,200 credits worth of upgrades. Painting options for the C8 Corvette, unfortunately there are no advanced painting options, but we do have some manufacturer colours on offer. We've got this blue with the silver stripes that I've been running because I absolutely love it. We've got the red, again with the silver stripes. We've got this burnt orange, which I absolutely adore. We've got this sort of off yellow, again with the silver stripes. There's the blue with the silver stripes, or the white stripes in actual fact. They are white, not silver. We've got grey, and then we have white. But I am going to stick with the blue and white stripes. Here we go then, modified Corvette C8, 894 horsepower. Let's let it rip. Let's see if we can get first place against these unbeatable driver cars in their supercars. Come on, C8. I'm hoping the handling isn't affected too much. We did do a few handling upgrades just to try and keep it in check as we were adding a lot more power to that stock engine. Right, this is the true test. This is where we struggled when it was completely stock with the top speed and then getting away on the straights. A little bit too much oversteer on the way out, but that's fine. Not really getting away. We are slightly catching. That's good, that's good. We are slightly catching on the straights, so they haven't got an advantage there, but I do have the advantage in the corners. I don't know about you, but I for one am absolutely loving the C8 Corvette in Forza Horizon 4. It's not winning races for me right now, but that's because I haven't quite dialed in the upgrades and the tuning, but I am really enjoying this car. The noise, the sound, the looks, just losing out there to the GTR, coming in 8th place. I personally think the stock engine with the twin turbos is great for cruising in free roam. It's not too fast, it's not too slow, and it's just the right amount of fun to get the back end out, maybe do some PR stunts. But I want to ramp things up a little bit. I want to give this thing some silly, silly horsepower. But the stock engine is good with the twin turbos. I do quite like it, but it's not winning races. So let's go ahead and slot in the 7.2 litre racing V8. Of course, we're going to bolt some twin turbos to the side of it, giving us 1,070 horsepower. Surprisingly, I'm not going to do four-wheel drive. We're still going to keep it rear-wheel drive. Going to go ahead and fit the good old race tyres. And this time we are going to do full race weight reduction. So we're currently weighing 3,401 pounds. We're going to take off 676 pounds, bring us down to 2,725 pounds. This time I have gone full send on the power. We are running 1,356 horsepower. So our full-on race car build, 2,784 pounds in weight, 1,356 horsepower, middle of S2, 964 and 92,750 credits worth of upgrades. Just out of curiosity, I want to rip the C8 through the festival site, see what we can do through the camera at the top of the hill. So let's let it rip that racing V8. Come on, Corvette, 1,400 horsepower. We're already at 160, 70, 80, 90. That's 200. Don't hit the pillar or the toll booth. 230. Slight kink in the road. We're losing control on the van. 222.21. Hard on the brakes. That's not too bad. Now we got some speed. Question is, can we use 1,400 horsepower and a racing V8 in a race? Rear wheel drive, we're already getting a little bit squirrely under acceleration. Struggling to put that power down. Come on, Corvette. They're all there jostling for position. Homing in though. Handling is still there, surprisingly. It's got to be a little bit careful with the throttle. Minding that Huracan. A little bit out of shape. Whoa. Don't lose it. Don't spin it. It's very twitchy is what I'm getting in the feedback from the car. Come on, unleash it. Can't do it. I don't have the straight. Fourth is a little bit wheel spinny, but it's fine. One dealt with. Right, one down. 10 to go. We made a few places in that corner. I sort of sent it down the inside. Getting past a few of them. A bit of a door bashing on the way through, but we got through it. I need a straight. What I need a big straight to unleash my horsepower. Get up to that 200 miles an hour. That's kind of done it. Might jump a few here, maybe not. Dukes of Hazzard style. Right, now we can get the power down. This is sort of the fastest section of this course. Come on, see it. We're at 200 miles an hour right now. We are flying. Maybe aero might have been a good shout. Maybe four-wheel drive might have been even bigger shout, but this is massive fun, I've got to say. Rear-wheel drive, come on. Sprints to the finish line. Can we get the R8? Yes, we can across the line. Come on. 6th place. Once again, it might not be a winning car, and that might just be my upgrades and my tuning, but the smiles per miles are huge, and it is a Corvette C8 in Forza Horizon 4, and that brings me hope for other cars coming to Horizon 4, other highly requested cars to Horizon 4. One I am going to mention is the Mark V Toyota Supra. I know I go on about it quite a lot, but I would really love to see that car in game. But for now, we have the C8 Corvette, and that is absolutely amazing. I thank Chevrolet and I thank Playground Games for giving us this beautiful, beautiful car in Horizon 4. But as always, thank you so much for watching. If you are new, definitely consider subscribing. Let me know what you think of the C8 Corvette below. Stay safe and have an awesome day.